समुद्रस्य हिमाद्रश्चैव दक्षिणं वर्षं तद् भारतं नाम भारतीयत्र संतति।
स्वागत। इतिहास का आज का कार्यक्रम में हम पहुँचे हैं एक पुण्य भूमि पे जिसका नाम है नवद्वीप, जिसका नाम है मायापुर। We are here to talk about two great individuals who have done a lot to inspire people to resort to the path of Krishna Bhakti, material वर्ल्ड से हटके आध्यात्मिक जगत के बारे में सोचने के लिए इनका पदांक ही हम अनुसरण करते हैं। एक का नाम है चैतन्य प्रभु, जिनके नाम का साथ नवद्वीप का नाम जोड़ा जाता है।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम राम।
भक्ति वेदांत प्रभुपाद, श्रीला प्रभुपाद, स्वामी प्रभुपाद और ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, we all know about them. Two very, very remarkable individuals who have brought us to this path of bhakti of a very specific form known as Gaudiya Vaishnava, the path of Gaudiya Vaishnava Dharma, which relies on bhakti. The Bhagavad Gita says, Jat jat acharati shrestha tat tat eva itarajana sahajat pramanam kurute. We follow that. That is exactly what these two gentlemen, differentiated, separated by several centuries, have done. You can see behind me the wonderful structure that is coming up in Mayapur. So in the course of today's episode, we will discover this particular heritage, this Sanatan Sanskriti.
ईश्वरः परमः कृष्णः सच्चिदानन्द विग्रहः अनादिरादिर्गोविन्दः सर्वकारणकारणम् चिन्तामणि प्रकर सद्मसुकल्पवृक्ष लक्षावृतेषु सुरवीरविपालयन्तम् लक्ष्मी सहस्रशत संभ्रम सेव्यमानम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
कलयुग केवल नाम आधारा, सुमिर सुमिर नर उतरहि पारा।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे।
कहते हैं कलयुग में हरि नाम से ही सारे संकट टल जाते हैं।
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण।
और हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र यानी नाम संकीर्तन के अलावा कलयुग में जीव के उद्धार का दूसरा कोई भी उपाय नहीं है।
हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण।
भगवान श्री कृष्ण के प्रेमावतार माने जाने वाले श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के जीवन और उनकी शिक्षाओं पर आधारित ग्रंथ चैतन्य चरितामृत में इसका उल्लेख इस रूप में है। कली काले नाम रूपे कृष्ण अवतार, नाम हैते है सर्व जगत निस्तार। यानी कलयुग में तो स्वयं कृष्ण ही हरि नाम के रूप में अवतार लेते हैं और केवल हरि नाम से ही सारे जगत का उद्धार संभव है। मध्यकालीन भारत के सांस्कृतिक इतिहास में भक्ति आंदोलन की महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका रही है। चैतन्य महाप्रभु भक्ति काल के उन महान संतों में से हैं जिन्होंने वैष्णव धर्म के भक्ति योग का प्रचार किया। और समाज को भक्ति की भावना से बांधा। अगर एक शब्द में महाप्रभु के जीवन और मानव मात्र के लिए किए गए उनके महान कार्य को व्यक्त करना हो तो वो शब्द है प्रेम। दोनों हाथों को ऊपर उठाए महाप्रभु हरि बोल की मधुर ध्वनि से वो दिशा विदिशाओं को गुंजायमान करते रहे। चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने हरि नाम संकीर्तन की रसधारा बहाकर लोगों को प्रभु प्रेम की ऐसी संजीवनी सुधा पिलाई जिसका प्रभाव वैष्णव कृष्ण भक्तों के हृदय में आज भी है। आधुनिक समय में पूरे विश्व में कृष्ण भक्ति की ये चैतन्य धारा और श्रीमद् भगवद गीता के प्रति अटूट आस्था को बढ़ाने का श्रेय अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद को जाता है। अलौकिक कृष्ण भक्त स्वामी प्रभुपाद ने ही जुलाई 1966 में इस्कॉन यानी इंटरनेशनल सोसाइटी फॉर कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस की स्थापना के जरिए कृष्ण भावनामृत की अलख पूरी दुनिया तक पहुंचाई। जिसे हरे कृष्ण आंदोलन के रूप में भी जाना जाता है। कृष्ण भक्ति में लीन इस्कॉन के करोड़ों अनुयायी दुनिया भर में भारतीय परंपराओं और मूल्यों के प्रचार प्रसार में प्रमुख भूमिका निभा रहे हैं। देश विदेश में फैले इस्कॉन के मंदिरों के अलावा पश्चिम बंगाल के नदिया जिले के मायापुर में उसके आध्यात्मिक मुख्यालय में भी कृष्ण भक्ति का अनुपम नजारा साल भर यूं ही देखा जा सकता है।
कहते हैं कि मायापुर धाम के कण कण में कृष्ण व्याप्त हैं, क्योंकि भक्तों की ये टोली इसी तरह दिन भर जगह जगह श्री मायापुर धाम में कृष्ण भक्ति में डूबी रहती है। सिर्फ जन्माष्टमी के मौके पर नहीं, साल भर इसी जगह भगवान कृष्ण के इस धाम चैतन्य महाप्रभु के जन्म स्थान मायापुर धाम में भक्तों की टोली कृष्णमय रहती है।
Mayapur Dham, like Vrindavan, they are the best places for us to make spiritual life and spiritual advancement, because everything here is about Krishna. We come to the temple and we try to adjust to the culture, because Indian culture, Vaishnava culture, is the best in the world.
यहाँ पर इतना आनंद है, it's real आनंद. It's the heart that's happy. You know, how do you get happiness? From where do you get happiness? Happiness is from love. Love, trust, affection, attention.
भगवद गीता और श्रीमद् भागवतम ये हमें सिखाती है, जो हमारा वैदिक कल्चर है हमें बताता है कि हम कौन हैं और ये हम इस ज़िंदगी में हम क्यों हैं, हमारा ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है ज़िंदगी ये मानव जीवन मिलने का।
प्रभुपाद का जानना बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि हमारा ये वर्ल्ड है, टेम्पररी है, यहाँ हम लोग नहीं चिरदिन के लिए नहीं है, हम लोग को जाना पड़ेगा भगवत धाम में, वही है हमारा लक्ष्य है। तो उसके लिए प्रभुपाद और ये जो फिलोसफी सनातन धर्म वैष्णव कल्चर ये सब हमारा इंडियंस के लिए हमारा इसी टाइम का बहुत ही ज़रूरी है।
भगवान श्री कृष्ण, श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु और श्रील स्वामी प्रभुपाद के लिए उनके भक्तों का ये प्रेम अतुलनीय है।
हरे कृष्णा। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी की 125वीं जन्म जयंती मना रहे हैं। ये ऐसा है जैसे साधना का सुख और संतोष दोनों एक साथ मिल जाए।
1 सितंबर को स्वामी प्रभुपाद की 125वीं जन्म जयंती के अवसर पर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने कहा कि ये एक सुखद संयोग है कि ऐसे महान देशभक्त का 125वां जन्मदिन एक ऐसे समय में हो रहा है जब भारत अपनी आजादी के 75 साल का पर्व अमृत महोत्सव मना रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री ने वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस के माध्यम से स्वामी प्रभुपाद की स्मृति में 125 रुपए का सिक्का भी जारी किया। उन्होंने कहा कि इस्कॉन ने दुनिया को बताया कि भारत के लिए आस्था का मतलब है उमंग, उत्साह, उल्लास और मानवता पर विश्वास। स्वामी प्रभुपाद अपने आध्यात्मिक गुरु श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती के निर्देश पर भारत के चिंतन और दर्शन को पूरी दुनिया तक ले गए और अपने पीछे वैदिक दर्शन और संस्कृति का एक ऐसा वास्तविक पुस्तकालय छोड़ गए जो सबके लिए कृष्ण भावनामृत का आधार है।
We will have a discussion with Yudhishthir Govindadasa, who is the country head of communications for ISKCON. We will learn what the Gurukul does. We will learn what is happening in Mayapur, heritage, about our Sanatan Sanskriti in Navadvip and now in Mayapur. Hare Krishna. Namaste Yudhishthir ji. स्वागत इस कार्यक्रम में. Thank you for sparing the time. और कुछ कहने से पहले let me ask you a very basic question. As a viewer, as someone who knows a little bit about these things, as an individual I know about Krishna Bhakti. But whether it is Chaitanya Dev, whether it is Prabhupada, we use the word Gaudiya Vaishnavism. What is Gaudiya Vaishnavism?
Thank you, first of all, Vivek ji, for having me on this program today. So, originally the word Gaudiya referred to Gauda Desh, which is the modern day Orissa and Bengal. And because, of course, the Vaishnava schools exist all over the country, but because this school originated from here, came to be known as the Gaudiya Vaishnavism. But philosophically speaking, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was here and he was teaching all the devotees, he originally came from the Madhva school of philosophy. But what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did is that he took two tenets from all the 4 Vaishnava school, which is the Madhva, the Sri, the Nimbarka, and so on. He combined all of them to make 8 core tenets, which came to be known as Gaudiya Vaishnavism. Now, if you ask what is the most central element, unlike where you have pure monotheism, Advaita, or you have pure dualism, Dvaita, what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave was Achintya Bheda Bheda, the simultaneous oneness and difference with the absolute truth, the Supreme Bhagavan. So he would give the example that if you take a drop of water from the ocean, chemically it has all the composition same as the water in the ocean itself, but it is nowhere close to the ocean itself. Both are extremely different.
Okay. Very briefly, tell us a little bit about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared here in this holy town of Mayapur about 520 years ago. And as per the scriptures, he is the Kali Yuga incarnation of the Supreme Lord Krishna himself. Because Lord Krishna appears in every different age, but in Kali Yuga, he appeared specifically to propagate the Sankirtan movement. So Lord Chaitanya, from his early childhood, exhibited tremendous amount of literary scholarship, and even at the age of 8 or 10, he had mastered the entire Sanskrit grammar, which, as you know, Panini's Ashtadhyaya takes years and years to master. So then he started his education, Gurukul, and later on, to demonstrate the perfect path of bhakti, he renounced everything and took up sannyas and started the Gaudiya Vaishnava movement. And then, out of the 48 years that he was physically present here, he spent 24 here and other places traveling, and 24 he exclusively spent in Puri.
पूरी क्यों चले गए थे?
it's a very long and a very interesting pastime because, of course, whereas one thing is as a sannyasi, you don't stay in your hometown, you move out. But eventually, Puri also has a very important significance for the devotees of Lord Krishna because it represents Vrindavan away from Vrindavan. So the Lord was there in the mood of separation, and that is the most essential element of the Gaudiya Vaishnava practice, is that you are worshipping Lord Krishna in the mood of separation, in the mood of the gopis. So the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was residing in Puri in that mood and experiencing the viraha from Lord Krishna.
प्रभुपाद के बारे में बात करते हैं. What should we address him as? A.C. Bhaktivedanta, as he often signed, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Prabhupada, Swami Prabhupada, His Divine Excellence. What is the correct form of address?
प्रभुपाद जी का जब जन्म हुआ था, उनके माता पिता ने उनका नाम रखा था अभय चरण डे, और कई उनके मित्रगण बंधुगण उनको प्यार से अभय बाबू कहते थे. And later on, when he accepted sannyas, the formal, because in the process of sannyas, whenever you take sannyas, there is a new name that is given to you. So his sannyas name is Bhaktivedanta Swami. So the total name, as you said rightly, that Prabhupada used to sign as A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, that is the Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami. But the devotees and the disciples, they had a more affectionate way of calling him, and that was Srila Prabhupada, or one who always resides at the feet of Lord.
This is quite remarkable. In a country like India, भारतवर्ष में ये आश्चर्य नहीं है कोई वानप्रस्थ ले लेता है, ये भी आश्चर्य नहीं है कोई सन्यासी बन जाता है. But it is remarkable that at around the age of 70, someone goes off to the West and starts a movement, and it is nothing short of a movement. What triggered this movement to the West?
So in 1921, when Prabhupada, who was in his college days, one of his friends dragged him to meet a spiritual teacher who was in Calcutta. And when Prabhupada went there, paid his obeisances, the very first word this spiritual teacher said is, "You are educated boys, why don't you take this message of Lord Krishna to all the English-speaking world?" And this message went very, very deeply down the consciousness of Srila Prabhupada, who was young, the Quit India movement was going on, he had so many other things going on, but nevertheless he was deeply affected by this. And that person later on became his guru and came to be known as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the establisher of Gaudiya Math. And Prabhupada always carried this in his mind, how do I go and do it? So that was always there, and later when he took his Banaprasth and sannyas, he never forgot. He was doing many, many other things, preaching Krishna consciousness both in Hindi and English, but he was always trying to go to the West. And after a great struggle, with no support, no contacts, no institutional backing, no finance, somehow he went to the Scindia Shipping Company in Bombay, and he was sitting on the staircase of the office because he couldn't get an appointment with Srimati Morarji. So when she was walking down evening from the stairs, she saw an elderly sannyasi sitting there. She asked him, "What do you want? Why are you waiting here?" He said, "I want to meet you." She said, "Okay, come back tomorrow." Prabhupada came next day, and then he explained his whole purpose, that my guru had given me this instruction, और मुझे जाना है विदेश, मुझे जाके कृष्ण भक्ति का प्रचार करना है. बोले, "स्वामी जी, आप 70 साल के हो, आपने कभी भारत के बाहर ट्रैवल किया नहीं है, और ये पैसेंजर शिप भी नहीं है, ये कार्गो शिप है जिसमें आप टिकट मांग रहे हैं." बट प्रभुपाद का दृढ़ संकल्प और दृढ़ निष्ठा था. सो ऑब्वियसली शी रियलाइज ही कांट बी डिटर्ड, सो शी गेव हिम the passageway. Prabhupada undertook the 40-day journey, had 2 heart attacks on the way. And in his diary he writes, I didn't know if I would survive the third one. Lands in Boston Harbor with 40 rupees which were non-convertible. Doesn't know whether should I go left, whether should I go right. but here we are in Mayapur today at the world headquarters of ISKCON.
How many temples does ISKCON have?
As I said, Prabhupada in his physical presence established 108 temples, farm communities, gurukuls, but today that has grown into a worldwide confederation of 900 temples, about 75 farm communities just in India and another 60 abroad. Then we have about 300 vegetarian restaurants, the Govindas, which is quite famous all over the world for its Indian cuisine, and a wide range of social and philanthropic activities, including running the world's largest vegetarian food relief program.
I know this question has been answered by Prabhupada, फिर भी मैं आपसे भी पूछना चाहता हूँ, लोगों को मालूम नहीं इसलिए आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ. Why the word Krishna? The International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Why specifically the word Krishna?
जब ISKCON की स्थापना रजिस्ट्रेशन हो रही थी तो नाम सोचा जा रहा था, कुछ भक्त बोले इंटरनेशनल सोसाइटी फॉर गॉड कॉन्शियसनेस रखा जाए क्योंकि वो और यूनिवर्सल है, वो और अपील करेगा लोगों को. और प्रभुपाद कृष्णा, इट हैज़ टू बी कृष्णा बिकॉज द भागवत पुराण very clearly indicates who's God, and his name is Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. So he said, when Krishna has a name, has it, all kinds of attributes, then why not attribute it to him? And the very name Krishna means all attractive. So Krishna will attract everyone. So that's why it came to be known as ISKCON.
A lot of people identify Prabhupada's work, apart from establishing ISKCON, with the Bhagavad Gita as it is. But he wrote much more. Apart from anything else, there is the Bhagavad Puran, there is Chaitanya Charitamrita. Give us a sense of how much he wrote. And also in Bengali, a fact that many people don't know. Bangla mein bhi bahut kuch likh chuke the.
So yeah, it's phenomenal like what you said. The famous singer George Harrison, he was very close to Prabhupada. And once he said that what Prabhupada did is mind-boggling, that even if you can compare him at all with Shakespeare, even Shakespeare lags far behind. And the way Prabhupada, actually he wrote majority of his text between 1966 and 1977 in 11 years. And that is also keeping in mind he was traveling around the world 14 times, opening centers, giving almost 3-4 lectures every day, establishing a worldwide movement, and still writing. Over a period of 11 years, he produced more than 75 titles. That is the translation of 18,000 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, translating the biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that is the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna book, and so many other things. And even in Bengali, he had written some books like Gita Gan and so other things. And plus, apart from this, he was also writing articles for the magazine that he started, Back to Godhead, and which is continuing till date.
We are sitting in front of a Gurukul. Tell us a bit about the Gurukul. Gurukul के बारे में बताइए जो हमारी पुरानी परंपरा है. ये क्या है अब?
ऋषि मुनियों के समय से हम देखते आ रहे हैं कि गुरुकुल परंपरा हमारे धर्म और हमारी सभ्यता का एक अटूट हिस्सा रहे हैं, जहाँ पे विद्यार्थी पहले ही बचपन से, जैसे प्रहलाद महाराज कहते हैं, कौमरन आचरितो प्रज्ञो, 5 साल की आयु से ही शिक्षा प्राप्त करना शुरू करते हैं. So the whole idea is of the Gurukul model is not only to give knowledge but make a person totally independent in his way of thinking and living, so that it builds the true character by incorporating spiritual values into their consciousness. So this particular Gurukul, like all the other Gurukul that Prabhupada founded, was established to bring in those spiritual values in children from the very beginning of their life. So here in this Gurukul, we teach them all the traditional Vedic systems, Vedanta, the Darshanas, and they learn the Yajna process. And apart from that, we also teach them life skills that they need to survive. As you would see in your activity here, the cooking is done by the boys, they take care of the cows, they take care of the entire ashram on their own, and each class teaches the younger class. In that way, there is a continuous learning process. And we have about 35 nationalities represented here, students who stay here and learn. And many of the graduates who have passed out from this are today taking major responsibility on in running the Hare Krishna movement in many different parts of the world.
We are in the midst of the COVID pandemic, but ISKCON is not just about the narrow dharma. There are a lot of activities that ISKCON does which one can say, as being responsible towards society. So tell us a little bit about what ISKCON generally does and what specifically it has done at the time of the COVID pandemic.
So, like you had mentioned, ISKCON does a lot of activities. The core activities are our spiritual activities, which are helping people learn Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavad Puran, chanting of the Hare Krishna, and practices of Bhakti Yoga. So when the first wave hit, we saw the lockdown and other things. So we realized, why not come forward and do something for large-scale food distribution, specifically for COVID. So that's how we started the COVID Food Relief Initiative, and so far we have served out more than 17 crore meals across the country since the pandemic began. And in the first wave, it was for the frontline workers, migrant communities. But in second wave, we realized that there were many more members from well-to-do families, but who were equally in a very desperate situation. So it said, why not have meal deliveries right at their doorstep for pregnant women, senior citizens, and COVID patients.
We are in Mayapur. What is Mayapur? What are the plans for Mayapur?
Mayapur is the world headquarters of ISKCON, because it's the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the Gaudiya Vaishnava school. And Prabhupada envisioned a spiritual city in Mayapur, where the whole world can come and learn the process of Krishna consciousness. And here in Sri Mayapur, Prabhupada actually didn't envision, but you could say he fulfilled a very old prediction made by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associate, Nityananda Prabhu, that here there will appear a great temple of Lord Chaitanya, from where the glories, his glories, would spread all over the world. And Prabhupada wanted to fulfill this prediction, and he envisioned the temple of Vedic Planetarium, which hopefully will be inaugurated in the next year and a half or so, and it will be the world's largest Hindu temple.
Tell us a bit about Vrindavan also, where he wrote most of his work.
So after Prabhupada, he had accepted his sannyas, he stayed in Vrindavan, and from there he would regularly come to Delhi and other places to preach Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada, even after establishing ISKCON and other things, he would spend a lot of time in Vrindavan, because he would say, Vrindavan is my home. So Prabhupada stayed there. Even in his final days that he was here with us, Prabhupada resided in Vrindavan and finally entered the Leelas, or took his Samadhi in Vrindavan.
Thank you, Yudhishthirji, for taking out the time, speaking to us, telling us about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada, ISKCON. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
हरे कृष्ण। अगले एपिसोड में हम एक पुण्य भूमि से दूसरा एक पुण्य भूमि को ओर बढ़ेंगे। हम जाएंगे उज्जैन। उज्जैन was a famous center where all varieties of dharma left their imprint.